Hi everyone, it's Melissa, and today I am doing the Not So Newbie Booktube tag. I will post the original tag below, but I was tagged by Scott and Nell from Gunpowder Fiction and Plot. I was tagged by them a couple of months ago, but I've saved it because we're coming up on my booktube anniversary, so now I feel like I'm not quite a newbie anymore. So we're going to get right into it. The first question is, how old is your channel? My channel is now a year old. I started my channel, I don't know the exact date, but it was the end of February of last year, like the last week of February, I think. Question number 2 is, what are your favorite videos to make? I think my absolute favorite videos to make are reading vlogs. I've only done 2, so that might be a little bit jumping the gun, I guess, to call those my favorite videos to make right now, but I have highly enjoyed the process. How it's coming together, I think, is like really fun, in my humble opinion, but I just like the process of putting those together, and I like filming them and all that jazz. So yeah, I really like reading vlogs. My other favorite video to make are like Friday Read style videos, which are a little more casual, and I do a Friday Reads and Rambles. So I feel like a little freer to ramble or get off topic or those types of things. Like, I still do edit those videos, but the editing I do on those videos is absolutely minimal. Those videos are a lot more casual and kind of like chill and laid back. And yeah, I feel more free to ramble in those. And I also like doing TBRs. They're just one of my favorite videos to film and to watch, because there's just this sense of like joy and excitement from lists of books that you really want to read. So I do like filming TBRs. Question number 3 is, what is one piece of advice you would give to someone wanting to join BookTube? So I think when you're getting started, it's hard to kind of know exactly what your channel will look like. You kind of have to find your footing, and everyone is just going to go through that. And I feel like a year into this, I'm still not 100% there yet. I'm still finding my footing. I found some footholds, but there are others left to find. So I feel like I'm partway there. But I think something that can help with that, kind of finding what you want to do with your channel, is to ask yourself when you're starting it, why? What's the impetus for making a channel? Is it because like maybe you have some extra expertise you'd like to share? Like maybe you're in publishing, or maybe you're a writer, or I don't know, maybe you have an English degree or something, like so maybe that might inform like how you want your channel to be. Or maybe you just want to share your thoughts on books, and you really love talking with books, and you're always talking your coworkers and your friends' ears off about books, and this could be a platform to share recommendations about books in a less like academic sense. Maybe the reason you want to start a channel is like the community aspect. So in that case, that could inform like how you want to build a community. If you want to do more like discussions, like maybe you want to form some booktube acquaintances and start doing like buddy reads. Like what is the reason you're joining booktube? Is it those things specifically? Have you just seen it and you think it looks fun, you just want to give it a shot and maybe, you know, throw some stuff against the wall and see what sticks? Like, that's fine too. But I think what would have been helpful for me going in is trying to nail down like, what is it about booktube that I like or that I want to be a part of? Why do I want to start my channel? I didn't have a good reason. And I kind of did a lot of like, I'm just going to go on here and see what happens. And like, that's fine too. But I think it can help you kind of navigate what kind of channel you want. Like maybe yours is going to be like more heavily scripted and informative. Maybe yours is going to have like more of like a chill, relaxed vibe. So yeah, that would be my one piece of advice, is to just think about it for a minute. Because I think that can really help like get settled in your channel. Says someone who's not 100% settled in their channel. Question 4 is, since joining, have you run into any unforeseen challenges? Yes, I have. My biggest challenge is finding the space to film. And I don't say time to film because although that can be a challenge, like I can carve out time here and there, like on a weekend or something. I can find a couple hours, and I usually do like a couple videos in a row, like film them. And so it's not so much the time, it's the space. When I first started my channel, it was, like I said, like towards the end of February. And it was easy because my husband would maybe like take my daughter to the park, and I could film without interruption. Or like, you know, they went away somewhere for like a couple hours, like maybe he brought her grocery shopping, you know, like those types of things. And the reason I say this is because I still have quite a lot of self-consciousness regarding doing booktube. No one in my real life besides like my husband knows that I even have a channel. I haven't told anybody in my real life that I have a channel. I'm an anxious person, and it's just something that I'm trying to get over, but I'm having a hard time. So alongside that, like even though my husband knows I do have a booktube channel, I have not told him what my channel's name is. I told him that if he like gets recommended my channel magically somehow to like not watch me, like it's, like I said, something that I just haven't quite got over yet. So because of that, I like cannot film if someone is like watching or listening. So finding the space to film has been difficult. Like I said, when I started at the end of February, it was easy because they could just go off and I'd have the house free for like a couple hours, and that was fine. But since the pandemic, my husband works at home all the time. I work at home now. So there's no time, there's always someone in the house. Or if they're in the house and I tell my husband, like, listen, I really want to go film a video. Can you stay downstairs and like put the TV on, like drown out the noise, because I don't want them to hear me talking. I get self-conscious about it. And he doesn't care. He's like, I don't care. And I was like, I know you don't care, but I do. So yeah, that's been a real struggle. And that's been like the majority of my channel. I had, I think, probably about not quite a month, like maybe 3 weeks, where I was able to kind of film where I wanted because I had the house to myself and could speak as freely as I want to speak. But since the pandemic and since we've been at home all the time, I found it really difficult to find a space where people can't hear me to film. And I know I just need to get over myself, and I'm trying really hard, but it's just something that I'm still not quite comfortable with. Question 5 is, what is your favorite book or series you've read because of BookTube? I have read a lot of books because I hear people talking about them or recommending them. They sound like things I'd really like. But I've pulled just 2 because I don't want to like ramble on for too long. And they're 2 books that I feel like I probably wouldn't have found on my own. So the first one is a manga called The Girl from the Other Side. I've forgotten the author's name, but I will make sure to link it below. And I've only read the first one. I loved it. It's like I'd say like a middle grade, maybe YA. Maybe it's just like an all ages manga. I don't know. And the other book that I read because of BookTube that I might not have read on my own is Good Talk by Mira Jacob. And that's a graphic memoir about kind of growing up as the daughter of immigrants, being brown in America, and raising a brown son and having conversations with like her family, friends, strangers. Yeah, that was one of my favorite books of last year. It was great. Question 6 is, overall, what is your favorite aspect about BookTube? So my favorite aspect, and I think this is unique to like smaller BookTube channels, is that I feel like you can actually get to know people to a certain degree. Obviously, like we don't know each other in real life or anything. And some of the bigger channels I find you feel a little bit different, but I find like smaller BookTube channels, or maybe it's just the kind that I watch that have a more casual, like people are talking to you. and it's more like a discussion. I really like that aspect. I feel like you get to know the person a little bit, and you get to know people to the degree where I've done some like buddy reads with people I've met through BookTube. I like that kind of community aspect of going to like reading sprints and just kind of sitting around and reading together. Yeah, like I like that. I like the fact that because my channel is still small and it probably won't ever get like really big and it will stay small, like one of the nice like side effects of that is that you start to recognize people in the comment section, like recognize the usernames. And so it feels like, oh, like I know that person, they always comment, like those types of things. I really like that aspect of BookTube. Question 7 is want to spread the BookTube love. Give at least one newbie a shout out. So I'm going to shout out 2 people. So the first channel is Coffee and Copyrights. That's Janae. And I think she's only been on BookTube for like 6 or 7 weeks, but love the vibes over at her channel. She talks with great emotion about books, like she's an emotional mood reader. So if those are the types of vibes that you were looking for, then I would definitely check her out. And she reads like a lot of books I haven't heard of, and I love it when I find a booktuber who is talking about books that I haven't heard other people talk about, because then you get to learn about new books, and I love it. So definitely check out her channel. The other channel who is not like new, but has been but is less than a year old is Knitterary, and that is Peri. I think everyone's sleeping on this channel. The way she talks about books, I feel like is very well thought out, and yeah, I don't know how else to say it. Just she always has something to say, whether it's just like a different perspective. I love her channel. She doesn't have nearly enough subscribers, so please go check her out. And number 8 is to tag some people. So Angie from Science Mama, I don't know if she's done this tag, but if you haven't done it, Angie, I would love to hear your take. And I'm also going to tag Courtney Ferriter. I think Courtney has been around less than a year, like definitely less long than I have, but I feel like she got her footing fairly quickly. I feel like she is just a together person. Anyway, so I would love to hear from you as well, Courtney. So that's all for today. I hope everyone's doing really well, and we'll chat soon. Take care. Bye.